not sure what sort of hair. Today on McMicroscopia we're going to be looking at this, a Venus fly trap, and how this works, or what happens with this even, is a fly comes in, lands in there, like so, and then this closes up and eats the fly. Or it doesn't eat it, but it sort of liquefies it a bit and then lives off of its juices, let's see. Why does it close? We'll get that on the microscope right now. And then we're going to have a look at some other things, like the sort of leaves and some rotten ones here as well, and see how they look under the microscope, and we'll get a bit close in. So here's one here. This is the inside of the mouth of the Venus flytrap, one of many. And inside you'll see there's three little pokey out bits there as well. They're sort of as thin as a hair. I'm not sure what sort of hair, but it's a little jaggy sort of hairy bit. And the way it works is when a fly comes in, it trips those hairs, and when it trips those hairs, see, I'll just do it with this thing, the thing closes up, and then the fly can't get back out. It's a bit better focus there. You can see those pointy bits lock in like that. I'm not sure what the pointy bits are for. I think they're maybe to stop the fly landing on the edge, and it's probably got some sort of nice tasty thing in there for flies. The flies that come here, by the way, they're not interested in this. I sometimes will, if I catch a fly, sometimes I'll chase them around the house, catch a fly and then stick it in there and let the fly trap have its way with it. I did put a wasp in there once, and the thing stayed shut for days. It was just sucking the life out of this wasp. It was dead, obviously. Here's another one, and with this one we'll see if we can get just really close up and have a decent look at it. I've got the stand for the microscope today. I'll try and sort that out with a stand that came with it, but I stopped using it because it's a bit of a pain in the neck, the way you have to hold the. So there you can see quite close up of one of the mouths. So here we are a little bit closer in, and you can see in there, it looks a bit shiny down the bottom, like there's maybe some liquid down there that the fly is trying to get to, but the side walls of it are very interesting, all dotty, pretty cool. Let's see if we can have a look at the outside jaggy bits. There's one of the teeth on the outside which poke out the side. One of the bits that I was saying is probably to stop the fly landing there. It's a bit hairy. I think it's maybe just gathered up some dust or something. And then here's one of the leaves further back from the mouth. See if we can get in real close to the leaf. Funky looking. Very shiny under the microscope. On this side there's loads of like rotten ones. These sort of grow out and then they die away, and then new ones grow out, and when they die they turn this black colour, and usually I'll come like every few months or something, come and pull out all these black ones, and then more will grow. This started off as tiny. It was just all contained within the lid of this pot, and over the last 2 years it's grown to be that size. Pretty good. So this is the teeth of a rotten mouth of the Venus flytrap, which usually they look a bit gruesome, and I sort of gingerly peel them away and chuck them in the food waste bin. But actually up here they look fairly cool. You can see the twisted, messed up teeth here. They're all dried out and brown looking. Now we can see one that's just closing up. So we'll just position this a bit better, and then we'll look at, see if we can get a good shot on the microscope of one closing up. Go for this one. Okay, so I'm just going to use this to trigger the hairs here, and then this will close up. The wee ones are usually like really more powerful or more quick to react than the bigger ones. When they get a bit bigger they sort of lazily come in. They don't go nearly as fast as the little ones. This one's maybe a bit small. It's one of the smaller ones on here. Between this large size and the small size, you get these sort of ones. These go this size. These go really quickly. But that was a good shot of that closing up. And then the only other thing is that so you get the rotten ones, you get the medium sized ones, you get the small ones and the big ones, and before, so when you take these rotten ones away, chuck them away, new ones grow from the centre, so they all grow out from the very centre, and I'll show you what that looks like here. It's going to be a bit shaky because I've got to hold the microscope to do this. And this side. So they grow out the centre and they sort of look like that to start with, and that little bit that's pointing down will fold out and back and open up with all those teeth, and then it just sort of grows and grows and grows until either, sometimes they die off young, like some of those little brown ones are young and small, and then so occasionally you get a really big one, which obviously will die off as well. So that was McMicroscopia. Thank you for watching. Oh, and last week on the McMicroscopia mystery guess, if you didn't guess what it was salt, which we were looking at. So if you've got a Venus flytrap, or if you want a Venus flytrap, or if you've ever thought about getting one, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Thanks for watching.